Hi, in this video we're going to look at being able to answer the question 7 of practice paper 2. This is a paper that I've made suitable for students following the AQA syllabus for Core 1, but it's suitable for other exam boards too. For any more information you can follow me on Twitter or my school account here. So question 7 is asking us to sketch a graph of y equals 3x squared plus x minus 2. In order to do this, we're going to have to do a little bit of work first. We really want to know three things. We want general shape, and we'd like to know our x and y intercepts. These are the three things that we're really looking for. So in terms of sketching this, obviously you're going to use a ruler when you're doing this. I'm just going to kind of do it. Let's see what we're going to end up with. 3x squared plus x minus 2. If we want to know where it crosses the x-axis, then what we're really wanting to do is say that's when y equals 0. Now notice here it says y equals this function. So if I change my y to be 0, like this, then I can have a go at factorising it and maybe solving it and seeing where it crosses the x-axis, also known as the roots. So I think I can have a 3x and an x. That's going to make 3x squared. Now I need values now that multiply together to give me minus 2, but add to give me positive 1. So let's have a think about how this would work. If I put a 2 here, then I'd end up with, and a 1 there, I'd end up with a 3 and a 2. They've got a difference of 1. That's going to work nicely. So let's put 2 and 1. It's going to have to be minus 2 plus 1 for this to work, because I've got one lot of 3's, positive 3, minus 2x from here leaves me with positive x. In terms of what the values are, from this bracket, I can say that x can be minus 1. If I substitute minus 1 in for x, I get 0 there. And from this bracket, sometimes students ask me how to do this. I tend to cover over with my finger this 3 to start with and pretend it was not there. If that 3 wasn't there, then x would be positive 2 to get me to a 0. But it is there, so I'm going to have to divide by the 3 as well. So a quick tip, that would give me 2/3. Okay, so these are my two values. X is 2/3, x is minus 1. Let's mark those on here. So let's have minus 1 here. 2/3 will be not quite as far. So 2/3 will be here. We also want to know what the y-intercept is. We can see that from the question. That's the end value at minus 2. Let's put that down here. And the shape of the curve. Well, it's a quadratic, so we know that it's going to take something like this kind of shape. What else do we know? Well, we also know that it's 3x squared, so it's going to be stretched in the parallel to the y-axis more than maybe an x squared without a coefficient in front of it. Okay, let's have a go at sketching this out. I think we've got enough information. I'm going to start from the right hand side here because I'm right handed, so I'm thinking it's going to look something like this. It's a little bit wonky. I'm going to do that again. Okay, let's have another go at that. So here we go, going down, down, up. That's not too bad. Okay, and this is the graph y equals 3x squared plus x minus 2. Okay, we've got this. Let's move on to the second part of the question then. The second part says, find the set of values for x which satisfy 3x squared plus x minus 2 is less than 0. Okay, so from my quick sketch before, we remember that it looked something like this. where it crossed at 2/3, -1, and down here at -2. Now, when the function here is less than 0, is here. Okay, so it's less than 0 here. This is all below the x-axis. So when the y values are less than 0, all the way down here. And it's strictly less than. There's no equal sign there as well, it's just less than. So we can confidently say that our values x lie between 2/3 and -1. And therefore x has to be less than 2/3 and greater than -1. Easy 2 marks. When we're sketching quadratics and inequalities, you've got to find the x and y intercepts. Typically factorising is a good starting point to find these roots. If not, then you're going to have to complete the square or use the quadratic formula to find the solutions for x. Take out when doing your inequalities, make sure that you really think about which part you're interested in. A little sketch, again, is always going to help, but you've done a sketch already on this question. Fairly quick, straightforward one. Hopefully you didn't get too bogged down with it and you got the right solutions. If you need any questions, as ever, get in touch. Bye.